adventure.
Where?
Pearl Harbor! Let's ask the map for directions.
If there's a place you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. If there's a place you gotta get, I can get you there, I bet. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Dora and Boots need to get to Pearl Harbor. They need to go to Forest Bridge, then Pearl Harbor.
Looks like we've reached the forest. Where's our tour guide? Let's ask that lady over there. Hey, what can I help you with? We're trying to get to Pearl Harbor. Well, your guide will be here in just a minute. In the meantime, do you want to know the 3 main causes of Pearl Harbor? See!
The most immediate cause was that the U.S. tried to ban the sale of war materials. The Japanese tried to grab European resources in Southeast Asia to use against the Chinese, which led to the U.S. banning the sale of those war materials. Previously, the U.S. supplied the Japanese with oil and steel, and without these resources, the Japanese took this as a threat against their growing sphere of influence.
Ooh, I think I know another reason. The Japanese were mad at the U.S. for interfering at all. General Tojo Hideki had plans of expanding his empire, but the U.S. kept interfering with his plans to expand. This left Tojo with no other choice other than to order a surprise attack on the U.S. in Hawaii.
I think I know the last reason. They wanted to prove they had the superiority of Asia and of the Pacific. They were sure that the U.S. was willing to take claims in Asia, and with this, the Japanese wanted to destroy the U.S. Navy system, which was the 7th Fleet in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.
Your guide is here now. Gracias! Hola, are you ready for your hike to Pearl Harbor? See! Do you know what the story is?
Japan always relied on America for their oil and steel production, but when the U.S. grew impatient and put a strict embargo, America became their only obstacle to a huge Japanese empire. By the end of 1940, the U.S. ended trade with Japan and started sending shipment to China, who was resisting the takeover of Japan. This only angered Japan even more. The U.S. began to get suspicious and decode Japanese radio transmissions. They found out Japan was planning an attack and got ready to retaliate. Only they didn't know it was planned for Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. Japan's goal was to weaken America and take over the Philippines, which the U.S. owned. Then, on December 7, 1941, almost 3,000 Americans were killed, who were on the battleships and near the naval forces that were destroyed.
Well, it looks like we've reached the bridge. This is as far as I can take you. Buena suerte!
Adios! Oh, look, Boots, we're here!
Not so fast! To cross the bridge, you have to know the 3 short and long-term effects of Pearl Harbor.
Well, the U.S. declared war on Japan, though the U.S. had not seen this coming as they were focused on Europe. Roosevelt immediately plunged into war with Japan.
That's good. Just 2 more short-term effects.
There was also martial law for Hawaii. All the airports were shut down and taken over by the military, and the beaches were all guarded so no surprise landings could be made. With this martial law came curfew, blackouts, and news censorships. Though many believed the martial law would only last a few months, it ended up lasting until 1945.
Just 1 more.
The Japanese also conquered the Philippines, Hong Kong, Malaya, and many other islands directly after the attack on Pearl Harbor. Though they seemed very victorious at first, the U.S. would eventually reclaim the islands.
Good. Now you just have to tell me the long-term effects.
I know. One is the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Pearl Harbor conflict led to a full-scale war between Japan and the U.S., eventually leading to Truman asking for Japan's surrender by the threat of an atomic bomb. The Japanese declined the surrender, leading to the U.S. to drop atomic bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
The U.S. also became involved in World War II. Though just 20 years earlier, the U.S. was involved in large-scale war. Both the president and the people were result in their involvement in the war.
A third long-term effect was the alliance between Russia, Britain, U.S., and France.
All right, you can pass. Hooray!
Look, Boots, it's Pearl Harbor. Look at all the beautiful ships out there.
Mira, Boots!
A swiper!
I'm trying to swipe
I'm here to tell you about 3 different alternative futures of Pearl Harbor. Welcome to the first alternative world. Here, Japan didn't bomb the U.S., which led to the U.S. and Japan becoming allies against communism. They signed a treaty called the Treaty of Pearl Harbor and vowed to fight Russia together. Now we reach the second alternative world. The U.S. stopped Japan in time, which caused them to declare war on Japan first. U.S. and Britain planned together to invade Japan and set up a puppet state, shown by these newspaper clippings. Finally, we're at the last alternative world. Japan bombed San Francisco after Pearl Harbor, and because the U.S. fleet could not recover fast enough, they were able to take over most of the United States.
I think it's time to go home now.
I agree, Boots. What was your favorite part? I like that too.
Gracias!